are you ready for more soccer? Hi, everybody. Chris Needham live from San Angelo, Texas on campus at Angelo State University. We just had a double overtime shootout victory in a first semifinal game. Midwestern over Commerce. This one's coming up. It is Angelo State against West Texas. Let's look at some numbers for these two teams, and then we're set for soccer in San Angelo, Texas. We'll update everything for you on the fly as we go here. We are underway. Had a little bit of a delay because we went into double overtime in our initial broadcast of the day. This is West Texas A&M University. The Lady Buffs, they are in the totally dark uniforms against the Ramblers of Angelo State. Danny Edwards with the soccer ball right now. Danny Edwards, the senior veteran goalkeeper for Angelo State, out of San Angelo. Stayed right here in town to play college soccer. That's Katie Squires in the white with the centering pass. WT, West Texas trying to clear. West Texas is our defending champion. West Texas won this tournament in double overtime championship game over Incarnate Word last year. But if you look at everything on paper this particular year, well, Angelo State is coming in as the co-conference champion. Their first time to host this tournament and be the champs. They had an amazing year. Angelo State overall 11-4-2. They won 11 of their 17 games. They were 7-2-1 in Lone Star Conference play. They were in a virtual deadlock with Midwestern at 7-2-1 for the conference championship. They are both conference co-champs, but we are playing here in San Angelo, and Angelo State is hosting this tournament because they advanced via the next tiebreaker, which is a total goal differential, and it was only by one goal. Ironically, programs on both the men and the ladies' sides out in Canyon. And Chad Webb had been a long-time assistant. 4 years ago, he took over as a head coach. Boy, I hope you saw that collision there. We might have to look at that again, as we have both Yvette Bedoy, the WT goalkeeper, and Yvette Bedoy still rolled over on her face. And for Angelo State, who was in that car wreck, that was Jenny Kotowich, I think. Yeah, Jenny Kotowich was down there, ran into Bedoy. Bedoy down for a little bit, but now she says that she's going to be fine. But anyway, we were talking about the regular season, and in the regular season, Angelo State defeated West Texas both times played. As I said quite a while before the game, and they have really struggled with injuries. They have an awful lot of freshmen and did not get as good play from some of the freshmen, he said, as he would like to. Middle of the year, things really struggled, but he said everybody's getting healthy now. We're playing better now, but in the regular season, Angelo State got victories both times they played West Texas. Defeated 11th. And when they went to Canyon on October 22nd, they got the victory 1-0. So this is a battle between a team, Angelo State, 11-4-2 on the year, against West Texas that is just 5-8-5 on the year. They had as many ties as they had victories, and a team that defeated WT twice during the regular season. So obviously Angelo State would be heavily favored in this game, but as I told you, Chad Webb and the people from Canyon, WT, they have started to play really, really well. In the last couple of games, they got 5 goals in their final from right to left, right in front of the goal mouth. Opportunity was there for Sierra Anderson. She's the sophomore out of Wichita Falls, Texas. Travis McCorkle is in his 6th year as the head coach at Angelo State. Had been at Eastern New Mexico from 2003 to 2007, and then he came in here 2008 and has done a wonderful job. Ramblers with another scoring opportunity. The ball in front of the goal. Cleared. Nice defensive play for WT by Rhea Belgrave. I remember her from last year when I did the broadcasts. So Rhea's out of it will establish a kick opportunity for the homestanding Ramblers. And the aforementioned Rhea Belgrave does it again. Good defensive job. So this is the 3rd consecutive corner kick. We do remember another good scoring opportunity for the Bells. That ball right in front of the goal mouth. They've dodged a couple of bullets. We've already had more scoring opportunities in this than it seems like the entire 110 minutes we had in our first game. It was really a defensive contest. Angelo State's defenders will knock it back, giving the opportunity for Danny Edwards to clear it on that left defensive side. On the right offensive side for West Texas. And for WT, you see the activity for number 14. That's Haley Gerard. So what has happened, you might ask? And those of you who are involved all year long with the Lady Buffs and all of our Lone Star Conference Division II soccer are well aware of this. But now that we come to tournament activities, some might not know that this is a Chad Webb coach WT team that won our championship last year, but they had a lot of injury problems this year, a lot of freshmen trying to work into the lineup. And sometimes that was Travis McCorkle. I talked to him, the Angelo State coach, before the game, and he said what amazed me is how well all of our freshmen played this year. We had a lot of freshmen, and they played superbly this year. Yvette Bedoy trying to keep it alive. Ball again knocked over the goal line. And it appears that Brittany Martinez will do the honors. Brittany Martinez was a defensive performer. I'm sorry, a midfielder for most of the time last year. But this year, she has gone more to the midfield opportunity. And I talked to Coach McCorkle, and he says she's playing 90 minutes a game now as one of my top midfield performers. So that young lady there, Brittany Martinez, who just had that corner kick, has really, really established herself as more of an offensive-oriented performer. She had the opportunity to work in the midfield area. Yvette Bedoy. I think she had something in her eye there. You saw that Rhea Belgrave was helping her try to clear something out of her eye. We're ready for the goal kick now. Belgrave will do the honors. And again, the majority of this contest has been played to the right of your screen, which is the offensive end of the field for the Ramblers. Back to a couple of more stats about the Lady Buffs. They had 5 goals in their final 2 matches. They had only scored 7 goals in their previous 16 games. It's amazing. For Angelo State, they had suffered a couple of injury problems this year. Ashley Exford, best defender last year, has been out most of the year, and that's been a problem. I'll tell you, the biggest statistic of anything that I can tell you in this entire tournament really is that for Angelo State, their opponents this year had only 13 goals in 17 games. And they lost last week to Midwestern 3-2. That means that in the 16 games before that, their opponents had only 10 goals. This is just an amazing defensive team. Angelo State in white, again trying to force the issue offensively. And I'm going to touch this ball. That comes right to me here, and I don't count. Angelo State will have the right sideline throw in for Brittany Martinez. She's the lady I was telling you about a minute ago, the longtime defender who now has moved up into midfield and running regular shifts as a defender, but now playing almost 90 minutes a game as a midfield performer. That'll be last touch by Caitlin Conaway, it appeared, the junior out of Kennedale, Texas. For Angelo State, Sierra Anderson. And that's a great defensive play there by Rhea Belgrave. Belgrave, a defender, comes all the way out on the other side of the midfield line. It's a foot race. Winning the battle was Maggie Schaefer. She got it to Kelly Regan. Regan, the freshman out of Richmond, and that's another point that I'll make over and over during this broadcast. Travis McCorkle told me that, you know, I don't get to see these guys all season long, and just sort of an analysis of what was going on during the year. And he said probably one of his most pleasant surprises was he had a very good recruiting class, but a lot of time the freshmen will not come in and be as representative as you'd like. But he said all of my freshmen have just been phenomenal. I'm looking down to the scoreboard clock and seeing if they stop the clock. Normally the official will stop the clock for an injury like that. And I'm trying to see if that's, is that Rhea? Yeah, that's Rhea Belgrave. I remember on my broadcast last year, we just talked about her over and over again. Just an outstanding defensive performer for West Texas, and she's already made 3 or 4 nice defensive plays this late afternoon. In case you are just joining us, we remind you we are at San Angelo, Texas, on campus at Angelo State University, and normally they laugh about being in a drought out here. It never rains out here, they say. But boy, today, if I had to think of, well, I could think of some 4-letter words when I got cold. I won't do that. But if I could think of a 3-letter word, it'd be raw. I mean, today's just been sort of a, you know, it's not a winter cold day, but it's just sort of a raw, moist drizzle all afternoon. Temperatures maybe in the high 50s with winds out of the south that have gusted up to 25 miles an hour. They're slowing down a little bit, but it's not wonderfully comfortable, to be honest with you. But the ladies, it's got to be wonderful to play soccer. But the fans are all bundled up with umbrellas and parkas and hoods and whatever. Rhea Belgrave, who we were talking about, she's okay, and she'll boot it away. But the Bells keep putting the pressure on. We have, as we advance now to where we have played about 18 minutes in the contest, we have, I'd say, 15 of those 18 minutes have been on the right side of the field. That's the Angelo State offensive end, and they get it back. Well, for a minute they did. Right back on that side of the midfield stripe. Scoreless in this one. We do remind the season. Both of the matchups between these two resulted in Angelo State victories on October 11th, right here on this field. Angelo State defeated West Texas 2-1, and then on October 27th, when they returned the favor out in Canyon, they won it 1-0. for Angelo State that has had just a wonderful season. They're 5-1-1 in their last 7 games. They're making their 11th appearance in this tournament. They've advanced to the postseason now 4 straight seasons. They are currently ranked number 5 in our NCAA Division II South Central Regional. Danny Edwards is in goal for Angelo State. She comes into this tournament with 7 shutouts this year and 16 in her career. She is the reigning Lone Star Conference Goalkeeper of the Year. She is a 2-time Lone Star Conference Defensive Player of the Week year. These are the Lady Buffs trying to score first, and they do! That's the first goal in regulation we have seen all afternoon. And West Texas jumps out on top. We'll look at it again. Was that Dominique Premack? Who are they slapping high fives with? It was either, no, I think it's McKiley Callaghan that gets credit for that. We'll double check, but that was very, very is the opportunity now. Yeah. That was credit for the initial goal of the afternoon, not only in this one, but in both of the contests that we have broadcast. We went totally scoreless in our lid lifter. So for WT, Callaghan gets the initial goal of the afternoon. And as we told you, that's what happens in this tournament and in soccer in general. You can talk about a team that has actually led the Lone Star Conference all season long. That's Angelo State against a team that barely got into the tournament, WT. Angelo State beat them twice during the regular season, and here West Texas jumps out on top early. At about the 25-minute mark, Callaghan gets the score, and that looked like Jesse Thomas will get credit for the assist on that as well. Jesse Thomas is our reigning Offensive Player of the Week. Jesse Thomas, our Offensive Player of the Week in the Lone Star Conference, got 2 goals on just 2 shots in the win over Texas A&M Commerce on Friday night, and then in Sunday's victory over Texas Women's University, she had another goal. And Thomas, I believe, will get the official numbers at halftime, but I believe she'll get credit for the assist on Callaghan's goal. So WT gets the initial goal, and they continue to put pressure on the ball on their offensive side of midfield, but now Angelo State. We'll try to work it the other way. Rambell's on the attack. The crossing opportunity is there for Sierra Anderson. Anderson's shot pops over the top. Good time. could be a isn't it? We're okay. I'm laughing. I thought we had some technical problems, but I simply couldn't hear my audio, which is simply like a security blanket. Well, it got unplugged. That's an easy way to remedy the problem. I'll have to watch that on my own. That's like the great scene from the movie Sling Blade. Remember when everybody was trying to figure out why that lawnmower just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work, and the movie. A lot of times, some of the biggest problems in the world are solved with the simplest solutions, right? So, but we were giving you the information. I was running along and explaining it all to all. I was fairly sure you were hearing me, but I couldn't hear myself, which is like a security blanket. But my audio headphones had simply gotten unplugged, and I didn't notice it. So the point I was making, as we reiterate again, we'll double check the official numbers and who they gave the top assist to at halftime. But Jessie Thomas, who is our reigning Lone Star Conference Offensive Player of the Week, looked like she had the back tap pass to Callaghan. Callaghan scoring just under the 25-minute mark. And West Texas, a team that had been just struggling all season long, has lost twice this year to Angelo State, has as many ties as victories as they've played this year, and has lost to Angelo State, as I said, twice this year. Here they're winning this thing now 1-0. The best goal of the afternoon so far because, well, it's the only one we've seen so far. We went through 110 minutes of soccer in a double overtime contest in our first semifinal, the noon contest today, and Texas Midwestern State, the Mustangs, in a 3-1 victory in a shootout. As it stands here now, West Texas has come here on the road, playing on the home pitch of our conference co-champions, and they've jumped out on top 1-0. So the Rambles trying to work hard to get back in this thing. We are in our 26th minute of the contest. Another opportunity and a great save. Oh, we got to look at that again. Another opportunity for WT. That's Haley Gerard, the sophomore out of Amarillo. Just a phenomenal shot. And Danny Edwards with a great stretch out the body, 100%, and knock it away from the right side of the goal mouth. We'll look at that again. Back it'll come. Good shot here, Gerard, and there's the save. Great work there, guys. And WT, really, our defending conference tournament champions, trying to shock the Bells here early on. Well, you got a great look at that one for WT. That was Haley Gerard with the shot, a 5'6" performer, the sophomore out of Randall High School there in Amarillo. And WT will continue to put the pressure on from the right sideline throw in. Gerard again, left-footed kick into the goal mouth area. Marissa Knabb, the freshman, knocking it out of bounds. She wanted to dump it into the offensive end on that far corner, but got a little bit too strong. Sort of, as we said, a raw afternoon, but this is the home arena, the home pitch of the Rambles, and there's a good crowd here. They got a lot of fans here. Umbrellas are still out a little bit, and wintertime look is there with blankets and hoods and overcoats. Sort of a raw, nippy day on the plains of West Texas. Bells try to get something going now offensively. They trail 1-0, and very easily it could have been 2-0. Just under the 25-minute mark into the game for West Texas, McKiley Callaghan, the freshman out of Leander, Texas, has the only score in the contest so far. Back come the Bells with the opportunity to tie. That pass dropped a little too deep. Dominique Premack for WT tried to clear, and now they'll come up the right sideline. This is Gerard, who made that good shot a minute ago, working for West Texas. For the Bells, this is Sierra Anderson, very, very active performer, the sophomore out of Wichita Falls, Texas. Watches it go out of bounds on that far side. Number 21 you see in white there, right in the center of your picture. That's Kelly Regan out of Richmond, Texas, and the Bells will get another opportunity for a left sideline throw in. Kelly Regan doing it. Brittany Martinez with the good defensive play for the Lady Buffs. That appeared to me to be a pretty easy call, yeah, for Jenny Kotowicz. Jenny Kotowicz is a true freshman out of Humboldt. Boy, Angelo State really does play a lot of freshmen, and Travis McCorkle was telling me, he said, I had a good recruiting class and wanted the freshmen to come in, but even he admitted he was quite surprised with how well the freshmen played. He said that probably was one of my highlights of the year, how well all my freshmen have played. Rhea Belgrave, the long kick for West Texas, cleared by the Bells. It'll be a side out for West Texas. Marissa Knabb on the throw in. Boy, Belgrave, doesn't she play well? I'll tell you, number 20 in black, she is just a very, very solid performer. Great defender, but she's all over the field, too. For WT, that one's cleared by Cassandra Thetford. Angelo State. "27 goals. I have it on statistics, but I was adding it up as well. They had 27 goals this year, and through their first 16 games, they only gave up 10 goals. So they are a very strong offensive team as well, the Bells. They find themselves on the downside looking up in this one. And another West Texas scoring opportunity, no. It appeared that maybe Emily Krennick could move up that left sideline, the sophomore out of Belton, Texas, but she would have been offsides. This is Krennick right here. Wants a return pass, but instead they'll go to the right side for WT. That is Berkeley Watson out of Amarillo. Just to the right side of your picture there, just at the end of the midfield stripe, you see a performer. She's going to be allowed to, no, they don't wave her in. They wanted to buzz a substitution in, but the official did not allow it. Rhea Belgrave. It's all over the field. Good action right in front of our broadcast position. That's Belgrave there. Boy, she used her body well, didn't she? Angelo State in white, West Texas A&M University, the Lady Buffs in the totally dark uniform. Contact there, and the foul will go against Angelo State. So at the 24-minute plus mark of this contest, McKiley Callaghan scored. It is the only goal in regulation that we have seen in this entire day. In double overtime in our first contest, our first semifinal between Midwestern and Texas A&M Commerce, there was not a single goal. We had a scoreless tie. The game won eventually in a 3-1 shootout victory after double overtime by Midwestern. So Texas A&M Commerce has been the first team to take the long bus ride home. Defensive play right there for Angelo State by Maggie Schaefer, but WT will knock it back in. Rhea Belgrave up the right sideline for West Texas. McKiley Callaghan had it for a minute there. She's the performer who scored earlier. This is Callaghan again. That attempted pass into the upper region of the offensive court hit a teammate off of Haley Gerard. Gerard, the performer, number 14 right there, that she almost scored a little bit later. Cassandra Thetford dumps it in. The Bells trying to clear out. This is Berkeley Watson. Another West Texas freshman, Marissa Knabb, trying to center. She's number 6. She'll throw it in from the left sideline. Left sideline throw in now. Marissa Knabb, the 5'7" performer out of Leander, Texas. First we'll get that substitution I told you about a little while ago. Good defensive positioning by Caitlin Conaway. And the boot by Katie Squire dumps it into the offensive zone. Racing there was Sierra Anderson. Anderson is a good one. You saw her, number 11 in white. She is the 3rd leading scorer in the Lone Star Conference. Sierra Anderson, number 11 in your picture there for just a second. Sierra Anderson, 3rd in the league in total shots, 41 shots this year. Actually, she is 2nd to Ashley Cottrell of Midwestern State. Sierra Anderson has scored 7 goals this year and 3 assists. Belgrave from the center line, dumping it into the zone. Contact, they're going to call that against Angelo State. And you hear the crowd Quite a few fans here, obviously. Home standing Angelo State. So Belgrave will do the honors. Not a free kick, of course, but a penalty in that forward zone. Belgrave will probably try to put this on goal. She does, and it is right into the hands of Danny Edwards. Danny Edwards will get rid of it for the Bells. So we are in the 40th minute of activity, and the only goal by the number 4 seed, trying to see if they could pull a shocking upset of the number 1 seed. Belgrave continues to be very active for West Texas, cleared by Cassandra Thetford. The Bells have numbers here. Here's Sierra Anderson. Shot and a save. Oh, offsides. That would not have counted. That would not have counted, but that looked like one of the first really strong opportunities for the Bells. Belgrave out of Trinidad and Tobago. Ashley Craig has come in. That's another freshman. Bunch of freshmen play for both of these teams. Bunch of freshmen get an awful lot of minutes. West Texas, you get a good shot right there of Kirsten Carbo. Kirsten is the way they pronounce the first name. She's a freshman as well from Amarillo. Well, that bodes well for both programs as they build with freshman performers. That was definitely a body blow by Catherine Kewen. Here's Sierra Anderson trying to break through. Anderson, you can see why she was one of the top scorers in the league. Sierra Anderson, the sophomore out of Wichita Falls, and boy, you get a good look at her right there. Sierra Anderson with 6 goals and 3 assists on the regular season. WT trying to establish another scoring opportunity. And for Angelo State, you get a good look at Bree Brown and Cynthia Andrews. They both check in. I'm sitting here with my hood on, zipped up, and watching these young ladies come on the field with T-shirts on, and I'm about freezing here. Anderson, header, save. My. Now that was positioning. We might have to look at that again if it's possible, because Anderson had a good header opportunity. You get a wonderful look right there at Yvette Bedoy, and Bedoy had no chance to react on that. She just happened to be in the right place at the right time, because you know that Anderson was looking at the ball. She was going to have a header, and so Bedoy had to just sort of judge where she thought that header was going to be, and she was in the right spot, because if Anderson had headed that thing 2 feet right or 2 feet left, we'd be tied. Well, we approach about a minute and a half remaining in our first half. It's been fun up and down the field. We've had some offensive activity. We do remind you in that first game, didn't have a single goal in 110 minutes of soccer. But we've had a couple of real good scoring opportunities for Angelo State here. And, of course, we got the Callaghan goal for WT 24 minutes into the contest. Defensive effort there. Good job, Angelo State. Caslin Kewen. The bell's trying to clear, and we're going to have the 10-second countdown very, very shortly. So it appears that we'll have a 1-0 advantage for WT when we go to our 15-minute intermission. Well, maybe a scoring opportunity here. No, that'll wrap it up. For a second, it appeared that maybe Kirsten Kerbo would have had a scoring opportunity, but that'll mark it down. We had the count down to 0. We're at halftime. We will simply take our 15-minute break and rest our vocal cords a little bit and be ready to bring you the final 45 minutes of this one. West Texas A&M University shocking Angelo State so far, the number 4 seed, leading the number 1 seed, 1-0 as we roll into intermission. Welcome back. Hello once again, everybody, live from Angelo, Texas. Lone Star Conference Championship Soccer comes your way on FoxSportsSouthwest.com. Chris Needham with the broadcast, and I apologize to anybody listening in Centennial, Colorado. By the way, if you'll forgive me and you want to say hello, we've been asking people to do that. If you're listening in some place maybe away from Texas or whatever, get on Facebook, Twitter, and say hello to the Lone Star Conference, and I'll say hi back to you. The reason I'm bringing it up from Centennial, Colorado is I misidentified Mikhaili Callaghan scoring the goal for West Texas. They have given that goal to Dominique Premack. I was correct. Jesse Thomas did get the assist. Thomas, one of the top scorers in the Lone Star Conference, but they gave that goal at the 1931 mark to Dominique Premack. So Dominique Premack, she is a 5'6" sophomore out of Centennial, Colorado. So if anybody is listening out there and you saw that and you're screaming at your computer, hey, that big dummy broadcasting there from Texas, he got the goal scorer wrong. There she is. You can see number 3 with her back to you. I thought it was number 5 when we had our replay real quickly, and we are not where they keep the score is on the other side of the pitch here. So I apologize if you were yelling or whatever. I apologize, but hey, get on Facebook or Twitter and say, yeah, we're watching out here in Centennial, Colorado. That's where Dominique is from for West Texas. So West Texas at the 1931 mark of the first half, Dominique Premack gets the goal on an assist from Jesse Thomas. Here are all your halftime statistics. West Texas, as you see, leading Angelo State. It is the number 4 seed over our number 1 seed. West Texas is winning it 1-0. West Texas only got 3 shots. All will go down as shots on goal. Premack had 2, and Haley Gerard had 1. That great play where we had a good replay and showed you the wonderful save for Danny Edwards. But the other shots were by Dominique Premack, and she did get the only goal of the game. So just 3 shots on goal for West Texas. Angelo State had 5 total shots, 4 shots on goal. Sierra Anderson, we showed you a couple of those. Lauren Perry and Kelly Regan on goal. Thank you very much for taking the punch. Get on the internet. We love so many more people. It's going to be where I'd say in 10 years probably anybody will be able to watch anything probably on their cell phone. Isn't it amazing? So we love being part of this for you in the Lone Star Conference with our FoxSportsSouthwest.com broadcast. And we thank you for joining us. And in case you're just tuning in the white tops and the light blue shorts, the number 1 seed, the home-standing co-champs, Angelo State, trying to get back in this thing. And for the Bells, the left-footed kick down that left side was Kelly Regan. This is Yvette Bedoy, who will collar it and try to boot it away. And in black, going from left to right now this time, which is west to east. These are the Lady Buffs of WT. Ashley Craig out of Castle Rock, Colorado. They have several performers. As we say, if you're watching out in Castle Rock, get on social media, Twitter, Facebook, let us know. I'll say hi to you on the air. We'd like to know you're watching. The WT crossing pass knocked away by Danny Edwards. Danny Edwards in the yellow top boots it away there. She is a 6'1" performer out of San Angelo. Well, West Texas trying to keep it in offensively. Ashley Craig the true freshman, and I've made this point time and time again during my broadcast here, that both teams play an awful lot of freshmen. And before the ballgame, I talked to Chad Webb, and he really said we struggled in the middle of the year, had some injuries, had some players not playing well, and our freshmen didn't play as well as I wished they would, but they're starting to play better now. On the flip side, Travis McCorkle was telling me that's probably his biggest surprise of the year is how well his freshmen played. They had a great recruiting class. You see him right there, just to the right of the dugout area for his players. That's him. That's Travis McCorkle right there, a long time, or not long time, 5-year, 2003 through 2007 head coach out at Eastern New Mexico, and then has been here now in his 6th year. Has done a wonderful job with this program. Angelo State, is their leading. Sierra. Sierra Anderson has scored 7, or she has scored at least a goal or an assist in 7 of the last 12 contests. She had 2 assists last Friday when they lost 3-2 at Midwestern. So this will be a, and doing the honors for West Texas will be Caitlin Steele. She is another freshman. Bunch of freshmen on the field for both of these teams. Rhea Belgrave, and I have called her number more than anybody on the field. I remember last year when we broadcast. She's just a wonderful defensive performer. She's really the last line of defense for WT, one of their top defenders, but I remember seeing her almost at the goal mouth at the other end of the field in the first half. She's all over the place. Well, West Texas with the 1-0 lead. They have been controlling tempo and offensive possession so far in this second half. That's Sierra Anderson. That was a nice offensive move. She'll drop it on the right side. Opportunity was there, it appeared, for Jenny Kotowich, but they called the offside. You get the look there at the stocky 5'8" performer, another freshman out of Humboldt, Texas. And the aforementioned Rhea Belgrave will boot it away. Belgrave working against Jenny Kotowich. Boy, Belgrave uses her body. I've seen her do that 3 or 4 times today. That's an outstanding play. Lord is another freshman out of Plano, Texas. I look down on my roster at all the players that are playing. Every time I look down, it appears it's another freshman here. Well, we approach the 55th minute of this match, and West Texas, a team that had to win its final 2 games just to get into this tournament, trying to see if they could pull up a shocking upset here. WT Berkeley Watson dumps it in. Watson almost makes the steal. But here comes Jenny Kotowich to Anderson. Anderson can't catch up to it. Kotowich maybe will keep it in play. This is Kelly Regan. Regan dumping it in. Anderson has a chance. Was Anderson fouled in the goal area? Well, now you see, there's a great look at Anderson. No, they're going to simply say it is a goal kick. Here's a good opportunity. Anderson. No, I didn't see anything. Good job, guys. Anderson came in. Here comes Danny Edwards, and also defensively there was that Kelly Regan helping out as well. So WT goes the other way. Well, I'm glad we got that replay because I don't know, it appeared possibly that she had been tripped heading for the goal mouth, but I didn't see it. So West Texas with another good corner kick opportunity, and they still lead it 1-0. Berkeley Watson, the senior out of Amarillo, centers. Cassandra Thetford was the defender there. Anderson on the right wing. Anderson crossing. Sierra Anderson, our third leading scorer in the Lone Star Conference, and she's been red hot lately. The crowd here did not like that whistle, but that was an easy call. Maggie Schaefer definitely committing that foul. West Texas will go from left to right. Here's Berkeley Watson. The crossing pass for Jesse Thomas. Thomas wants a return pass in front of the goal mouth. Jesse Thomas is our reigning Lone Star Conference Offensive Player of the Week. More contact at midfield, and they will call that against Rhea Belgrave. So here's an opportunity now for Angelo State. Angelo State hosting this tournament for the first time in their program's history. This Lone Star Conference title is the first for Angelo State since the program began in 1996. West Texas, of course, is our defending champion of the tournament, and they've won the title 6 times. Angelo State, the crossing pass is there. Anderson is there. That was Kelly Regan on the left wing. Nice defensive work for the Bells. For WT, that was Berkeley Watson working in the corner. Her numerical counterpart, number 2 against number 2. That, of course, was Brittany Martinez, but This will be Berkeley Watson, senior out of Amarillo. She'll try to center right in front of the goal mouth. It's against a very subtle southwest wind. I'm telling you about Rhea Belgrave. They have a 3-person defensive back, but 2 of the West Texas defenders are back near midfield, and Rhea Belgrave was up there with that shot on goal. That's part of her resume. Belgrave making the stop here. Belgrave with another long dump it in front shot. The crowd, as you could hear, was excited that Kelly Reagan was able to keep the ball in play, but it went right back to WT. West Texas keeping it in their offensive end of the pitch. Angelo State keeps dumping it in, trying to get Sierra Anderson an opportunity. So we're in the 61st minute of the contest. Minute number 61. You got a very good look right there at Cynthia Andrews, another freshman out of Fort Worth. Kelly Regan tries to cross. Every roster that I have in the earlier game from Commerce, it was 0 through 26. For Midwestern, it was 0 through 28. For Angelo State, it is 0 through 30. For West Texas, it is 0 through 31, but then they've got that 81 out there. I'm going to have to find out why Ashley Craig wants to wear 81. All of the numbers stay in the single digits, 10s, 20s, or 30s. But Ashley Craig, she wears number 81. That's got to be a reason for that. She's just at the left of your screen there. Rambells thought they had the opportunity for a break. Bree Brown tried to punch it down that left sideline. This is Brown working again. Brown makes the steal. Brown has a breakaway, but can you believe Rhea Belgrave? My goodness. Oh, my goodness. That would have been the first breakaway of the afternoon, but Rhea Belgrave is amazing. Through all the years that I have covered and played and watched sports, one of the great. Let's look at this again. Well, I don't think we got this. Yeah, now how we do. Look at this. Look at the steal. Look at this. There's a breakaway opportunity, but look at Rhea Belgrave's speed. My goodness. Boy, I'm telling you, what I started to say is through all the years I've broadcast, one of the great lines that I've always loved using is you can't coach speed, right? That was something where a coach could say, oh, that was a mistake. Rhea Belgrave I think that was Kelly Regan get by her. But then she just turned on the afterburners, caught up and stole the ball right back. And You can't coach that. You can't coach speed. So for West Texas, obviously, the young lady who scored the goal, Dominique Premack, would be a star of the everybody we have seen play soccer this afternoon. I think Rhea Belgrave has been the star on the pitch for the entire day. The 5'6" junior out of Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, went to Concordia College up in New York. Boy, she's been all over the world, hasn't she? But I mean, I've called her number I don't know how many times defensively. Remember, I've talked about how she'll get all the way up in the goal mouth offensively as well, but she made a mistake there and did not clear. Gave the Angelo State performer an opportunity for a breakaway, and then all of a sudden, she looked like Usain Bolt streaking down, making the save. That's, like you say, you can't speed. Approaching the half mark. So obviously we've gotten into the 66th minute of play. And West Texas A&M University, the tradition that they have in soccer, the strength that they have in soccer, the tournament appearances they've had. But this year, they tied as many games as they won. West Texas, 5, 8, and 5 overall. They had to win their last 2 games just to get in the tournament. They've had a rugged season, but here they are trying to pull the upset of the #1 seed. And they continue to play great defensive soccer with a 1-0 lead. Angelo State, you start to feel it in the air now. You start to grab something that's intangible, but you start to feel there's getting to be a little bit of, hey, time's running out, desperation time. We got to get something working here for the Bells. You get a good look at Jordan Benfield. Benfield is an all Lone Star Conference performer. We do want to point out players on the field that did get our awards from last night. Our first team, Rhea Belgrave, who I've been bragging about over and over and over again. She is on the field right now that were announced as our A&M's Rhea Belgrave is a first team Lone Star Conference performer. And in this game, Maggie Schaefer is first team as well. So, and Sierra Anderson, okay, I almost missed Sierra. So those are the 3 that are on the field now, are Lone Star Conference first team all-conference performers, Rhea Belgrave of West Texas, and Sierra Anderson and Maggie Schaefer from Angelo State. Second team, Caitlin Conaway, Lauren Perry, and Jordan Benfield for Angelo State. Berkeley Watson from West Texas. And McKiley Callaghan from West Texas, along with Yvette Bedoy. That will hit the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for Angelo State. As we said, when you are the #1 seed and you get down 19 minutes into the game, then you realize there's still 70 minutes of soccer of, you know, that uh-oh feeling. But when you are still, and we approach 20 minutes left in the game, then all of a sudden you start to feel for Angelo State, there's that feeling of now the crowd arguing that should have been Angelo State's ball. but that's a Rolling Stones call right there. They'll get no satisfaction. It belonged there momentarily to WT. They get it back and continue rolling. WT on the attack with the 1-0 lead. West Texas, the centering opportunity was there. Berkeley Watson, that was an outstanding play for Berkeley Watson. That was a great play for Watson. And for Angelo State, Danny Edwards had to take all 6'1" of her frame to lean over and knock that one away. Corner kick, Berkeley Watson, the senior out of Amarillo. Can they dump it in front? Look at number 20 in black, Rhea Belgrave, right in the goal mouth. That's what I'm talking about. She's listed as a first-team All-Lone Star Conference defender, and she does play in the backside. Look at her right there. Good job, guys. But she goes from coast to coast. She is their leading defender, but she was standing in the goal mouth on that corner kick. Well, I will continue to reiterate this point. If it continues like this, that a 1-0 advantage for your number 4 seed over the number 1 seed is sort of an okay, we can deal with it situation in the contest. But when there's less than 19 minutes left in the contest, all of a sudden it becomes a little bit desperation city for the Rambells. And with every second that ticks away, I'm going to be harping on that point a little more. This could be one of the biggest upsets that we've had in tournament history, really. So the Bells, this is a test for Travis McCorkle's squad, emotionally and whatever. How do they, as they watch every second tick away, how do they keep their cool? What happens when you talk about strategic soccer is that right now, Angelo State, oh, Sierra Anderson, good play there. Right now, Angelo State has to try to focus offensively. Angelo State will have to try to focus offensively and make sure they try to establish something up to at least tie this game and avoid the upset. But if you overcommit offensively and you bring your defenders up or midfielders up or whatever, if you allowed another goal, if they were to allow another goal by overcommitting offensively, well, then it's probably Katie bar the door. Turn out the lights and light the cigar. That's a nice pass there from Ashley Craig on the wing. This is Berkeley Watson. WT set. And that was Rhea Belgrave, who we've talked about. She knew she hit that with her hand. She sort of put her hands to her mouth and said, oh my goodness, I didn't mean to. But they go the other way. There is Belgrave. They have called a West Texas foul on Kirsten Kerbo. This will give the Bells an opportunity now to set something up. On the high left wing. For Angelo State, Jordan Benfield. And you heard the groan of the crowd. You saw that one intercepted. The crowd, just like air went out of the balloon. Oh, golly. Kelly Regan, center. Contact in the goal mouth. Regan on the center, and that was Jenny Kotowicz. Kotowicz, the freshman. Let's see what Kotowicz, there's the center. Kotowicz can't get a foot on it. Anderson, Kotowicz again and tripped up. That's a nice save. That was Kotowicz on the left side. Yvette Bedoy. We'll flip-flop a couple of performers for West Texas. Dominique Premack, who scored the only goal of the game, is back in. Dominique has checked back into the contest. For Angelo State, this is Kara Edwards, the big senior out of Bastrop, Texas. Will try to clear. Angelo State University. First time they have ever hosted this tournament and won a title. And they are in danger of being shockingly knocked out of the tournament if something doesn't turn around. I'm not making a big deal of it until the final 10 minutes or so, but the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking, and with every second that comes off the clock when you're down 1-0, well, then you have to start overcommitting offensively. And my goodness, if they were to give up another goal, now, last time that Angelo State played, they lost 3-2 right here against Midwestern. But they got 2 goals after the 88th minute of competition. Here's an opportunity. Here's an opportunity. The foul is called on the far left wing for Angelo State, Jordan Benfield, all Lone Star Conference performers. Texas near the Denton area will try to drop this in front of the goal mouth. Here we go. Header! Oh! That was Sierra Anderson, and that looked as if it had a shot to get that left post, and it went wide left. Watch the nice pass here, and the header, oh, it was wider left than we thought. Sierra Anderson with the opportunity. Angelo State, you can see now, we interviewed Jeff Trimble of Midwestern State after his game, and you know, it's part of your strategy how quickly you go and get your side out passes and so forth. You just take your time if you're winning or if it's scoreless or whatever, but you are starting to see a little bit of desperation creeping in to the Rambells. Every time that ball goes out of bounds, they're racing for it. Get it back in play. Hurry, 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 hurry. The clock's running out. When we get down below 10, 9, 8 minutes left, you got big problems. If you're the #1 seed, Angelo State reveling in the fact that you're hosting this tournament for the first time, first co-championship ever, and all of a sudden there's a chance they could get unceremoniously knocked out of this thing. Now, those of you watching out in Canyon, Texas, And those of you who know the West Texas tradition in this tournament, it wouldn't be shocking. You get a good look right there at Sarah Skarkey. She is another freshman from Canyon, Texas, who checks in. I started to make the point that this would be such a major upset, and of course it would be, but the folks in Canyon, Texas, and of course Chad Webb and all the people involved with the West Texas program are saying, hey, when a tournament starts, it doesn't make a difference what your record is. We're all back to 0-0. This is playoff time. But we are getting now to where we're going to be in the final 10 minutes of this thing, and the opportunity is there for a major upset. West Texas has been in this tournament 16 of the 17 years that it's been around. Angelo State 10 times in the tournament. West Texas lost in the championship to Midwestern the first year. West Texas won it in '97. They lost in the championship in '98. They beat Central Oklahoma for the title in 2001. They lost to Central Oklahoma. Title game 2002. They won it in 2003. I'm talking about WT. They lost in the title game 2004 to Commerce. So see their tradition in this tournament. So even though now this would be a major upset, you sort of look back at their tradition and you say, well, maybe not. Angelo State, they now have less than 9 minutes to avoid the upset. And one of the top performers trying to prevent that is number 20 there, Rhea Belgrave. She has been something else. Now, as I said, here in the final, when you get below 10 minutes, it is going to be sort of desperation time. Anytime it goes out of bounds, they will race for the ball, and WT will just take their time. That's what's happening right now. If this were an out of bounds for Angelo State, they would have raced over to pick up the ball and get it back in play. West Texas, they just took their time. Come on, clock, get out of here. That's what they're saying. Out. This is going to be a fun 8:15, isn't it? The final 8:15. You've got a Angelo State team that has had one of the greatest seasons they've ever had. And you watch now as Kathleen Kewen checks back in. But Angelo State is going to start now to realize that, hey, the clock is ticking and something's going to have to happen good very, very, very quickly. They get a break there on the call. And as I told you, look at this. West Texas, they will try to take as much time as they can. If they could hold the ball out of bounds for 7 minutes, they'd do it. On the other hand, Angelo State, they are to the point where they've got to make something happen quickly, or they are in danger of a very, very unhappy Friday night in San Angelo. For West Texas, nice play there by Jesse Thomas. Jesse Thomas made that steal. Jesse Thomas is our reigning Lone Star Conference Offensive Player of the Week. She had 3 goals last weekend. For WT, the throw-in, Berkeley Watson. Anderson tries to control for Angelo State. Breakaway possibility. breakaway possibility. Do we have an Angelo State shot opportunity in the sky? No. Yeah, there are a bunch of fans here. You can hear the noise. This is going to be one exciting 5 minutes and 48 seconds. Here's the opportunity on the far right side. I wasn't able to, still can't. That was over the right side, and the goalie had overcommitted. Yvette Bedoy had really overcommitted on the far right side. Well, the clock continuing to roll, and it is now officially desperation time for the Rambells. Boy, you're going to see what you just saw there. That was amazing hustle by Selena Alvarez. Alvarez, good work. She topples to the turf. For the Bells, this is Danny Edwards. Edwards has had a heck of a year. Boy, you can hear the crowd. You can start to feel this now. You can start to feel this excitement now. As I told you, when they went down 1-0 with 70 minutes of soccer left, it wasn't desperation. Now, 4 minutes left, they realize this could be the end of the line. Now, they are probably already going to get a bid to the tournament. I hope so for the Lone Star Conference, but big situation here for West Texas. That belongs to Jordan Benfield, and she'll hustle back. Boy, you can't take your time now. You got less than 4 minutes, or the tournament hopes are over. We do go, as I will do for you right now, to our ratings. Angelo State is rated 5th. Right now, they are in 5th place. Midwestern is number 3, and Angelo State is number 5 in our South Central NCAA Division II ratings. And the top 6 teams get in the tournament. Well, Texas A&M Commerce was number 8, and they've already been eliminated. I would think with their record, Angelo State would still get in, but this would be a shocking upset, and we will wait and see. Something amazing is going to have to happen for the Bells here. We're under 3 minutes to play. Every time they lose possession, like right now with a 3-on-2 break opportunity. Well, that's a nice save, isn't it, for Danny Edwards? Now the crowd says, all right, we got a great save. You got to go the other way. Kelly Regan. And there was that flash again for Rhea Belgrave. What a defensive play for Rhea. Look at her clapping. Look at Rhea Belgrave clapping her hands there after a great defensive play. Boy, that lady right there, perfect shot for that to you. I don't care who scored the goal. Star of the game. My. Well, a number 4 seed upsetting the number 1 seed. I can't remember in our tournament how many major upsets we've had over the years. I've got records of it, but this would be a big one. Angelo State desperation time right now. Can they get an Anderson shot? They're in front of the goal mouth. Anderson racing. WT will clear. West Texas clears it. That is Kirsten Kerbo. They've got to hurry. What did I tell you about racing to the ball and getting it back in? If you're ahead, you just take your time on that. Another good defensive play. McKiley Callaghan knocking it away. We are under a minute to play. My goodness. Officially 1 minute now. Our clock on the scoreboard is a little fast, but it's 1 minute. Long shot. If WT clears this thing and they take their time, they'll take their time clearing it. It appears to me this upset might be in the bag. We might be able to get an interview with Chad Webb after. We're going to stay on the air a little bit and see if this happens. It's going to have to be a miracle now for the Bells. Now, understand it's probably about 35 seconds. Our clock's a little fast on the screen, but I don't know if Angelo State is even going to be able to get another offensive surge. That is going to do it. That is going to do it. West Texas A&M University had to win their final 2 games. There's the star of the game right there. There's the star of the game. West Texas A&M University had to win their final 2 games to get in the tournament. Their season record coming in was 5-8-5. And they have shocked the #1 seed. They have pulled off the upset 1-0. The goal was scored, and my camera people are doing a remarkable job because there's the story of the game right there. Travis McCorkle slaps hands with Rhea Belgrave. There is the star of the game, number 20 right there. What a game she played. My goodness. Well, you can see the expression on the faces, and yeah, Melanie just went to go get Chad Webb. Let's try to get an interview. We'll try to get an interview with Chad Webb, the 4th-year head coach at WT. They have pulled off a big one. You see him right there. You see Melanie? That's Melanie on the right talking to Chad Webb, smile on his face. She says, hey, do you want to come over and talk to the bald-headed guy? So you see Melanie walking with Coach Webb. They're coming this way. Well, I would really figure that Angelo State, number 5th in our region, may continue their season with the NCAA tournament bid, but West Texas has pulled off quite an upset. Chad's coming this way. Come on right here, Coach. Come to my right here, and I'll slap these on you. Turn around. Is that the official game ball? Can you hear me okay?
I can.
And I can hear you fine. You just let us know when we're on, guys, and we're set. We're ready to go. Well, I walked up to you before the ball game. What was the story this year? 5 wins, 8 losses, 5 ties. You told me, Chris, hey, not that bad a year. There were just certain games we couldn't get over the hump or whatever. You come in and shock the #1 seed 1-0. Story of the game for you, what was it?
Story of the game. I don't know, Chris. I'm sorry. I saw the same effort out of my team that I've seen all year.
All year long.
and it paid off today.
And, you know, you mentioned that to me. People say, hey, you know, you're the defending champ and only 5 victories, but you said, hey, we worked hard. We had errors. You told me they make mistakes, but it was errors of hustle and stuff like that. You weren't down on these guys. Boy, they just felt it. If you ask me the story of the game, it was Rhea Belgrave.
Rhea is a very good player, and, yeah, she's our best soccer player. And the award she got last night, Defensive Player of the Year, you know, she's well worth that. But, you know, there's players all around her that are really good soccer players. I'm not exactly sure how we only won 5 games this year. But
That's probably the best statement that you could have made right now, because this was a superb effort. It really was, wasn't it?
And I'm still thinking about your question. There's one thing behind the scenes is we really have a special thing going on here with just our team. I mean, we're a real team. I don't even think Rhea wanted the attention that she got last night because it kind of set her above the team, you know. So I thought they played as hard as we played all year, and they played like a team, and paid off.
Well, then don't swallow any humble pie. That's got to come from coaching too, because you have to instill something like that in a group to say, not me, but we, right?
If it's because of me, then I guess that's good. I don't know. They're the ones that have to do it, you know.
You are understating this thing, but that's good. This is a big one, and that's got to make you real proud. You've had some real good wins last year, double overtime, win the championship, but this has got to be a good one for you, right?
Yeah, it feels very good right now.
It's one of the best.
Yeah, my son doesn't want to leave San Angelo, so now I got to take him to the toy store.
You did a great job. That'll wrap it up from here, everybody. I'll take your headset, and then I'll wrap it up. I'll let you get to your players. Thank you, big guy. Congratulations. That'll wrap it up from here. Our championship game, 1 o'clock on Sunday, will be West Texas A&M, the number 4 seed, against Midwestern. I'll be back and talk to you Sunday at 1 o'clock from San Angelo, Texas. FoxSportsSouthwest.com, Lone Star Conference Soccer. Good night, everybody.